Greetings, I'm at chess.com battling the Komodo 19 bot at ELO rating of 2300. And I played the white pieces, and I really surprised myself with this game. I wasn't going to make a video on it, but I kind of made it for my own documentation, and if it can help other people, that's awesome. The computer said I played at 90%, and Komodo 2300 played 86.4. I normally do not play this well, I confess. I will tell you my secret, and that is that it took me about 4 hours to play this game. And that's why I love battling the bots. I'm not being promoted by chess.com in any way. It's just really cool to battle these bots because this is how you get good. You can take 4 hours to go through it like I did. So let's get started. This is the Sicilian opening, as it says here. Okay, old Sicilian variation. Anyway, the point is try to control the center. Whatever ideas that you have in your head, try them out. And just remember to try to control the center and develop your minor pieces. Then after that come your major pieces. So here, I'm going to show you what I did. I love doing this opening. And the reason why is I gave my opponent double stack pawns. And it doesn't seem like much, but at this level, I can't go for a big win. I'm not going to win in under 40 moves. I think if games are evenly matched, they're usually 40, 42 moves. Something like this is going to be... I'm not looking to do that. Every time I try at this level to go for a big win, it ends in failure. I'm not good enough. I don't have the strength to set up some grand attack and what have you. So, and of course, every time I make a video, my dog wants to get involved. So, okay, so a little back and forth there. So here, my opponent has two major pieces lined up. I definitely don't like that. So I feel like these pawns are kind of committed. But if I'm committing two pawns and it ties up two major pieces, I'll just leave it there. And I'll start working some of these other things and get something else going. So if you kind of think about like this, where there's just these little back and forth moves. I mean, think about it like this. My opponent is committed to the B file with the two major pieces. And so I've got two, right now, I've got two pawns holding that back. So, okay, let's keep this going. Okay, now here, the computer dropped me down a little bit. So I'm at a negative 0.39 on the Richter scale over here. I felt like, the computer knows better than I do, but I liked connecting my rooks. Now I've got this queen. I mean, I know it can't go here right now, but and for future ideas it might, because I like that the king's over here and my queen is facing that way. So a lot of times in chess, it's all about future ideas. And I wanted to show this real quick. So here my opponent offers an exchange. And it's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Because if it's take, so take. And then now my opponent will have their pawn structure back. And so this exchange does not help me. So I'm not going to do it. I'm trying to tell my opponent, you can exchange, and then I'll come back over here, and then that'll help me. So with these bots at this level, I've noticed the thing is you kind of have to get tough with them and be patient and not give in on moments like that. Okay, so let's keep this going because I really want to get to it. Here I'm looking to line up my rooks, and my opponent does the same thing. However, I can get the knight in here, okay, to help out. All right, so now point-wise, we're back to even. I do like this pawn right here. I have future ideas for this pawn. And if you remember, if you're trying to promote a pawn, you want to get a major piece under it and then go up. So you don't want your major piece on top of your pawn while you're trying to promote it up. You want to keep your major piece under your pawn. And so that's what I do here later on. And I'm going to show you a really wild end game. It really made me nervous. Okay, so a little bit of an exchange. I think the computer has me up by a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit, but I'll take it. Okay, so we got this, and computer says this was a mistake, but again, computer knows better than I do, but I liked having these lined up. If I wanted to move, I know this knight protects this pawn also, but I have to I can't, as soon as it's like this, then it's take, and then I'm down a pawn. And so that's why I doubled up my rooks underneath it here. Okay, let me go back. Sorry about all that, but I just wanted to show what my thinking was. Okay, so here, I was really looking for take, but yeah, my opponent once again says, "Are you sure you don't want to go ahead and take?" But look what happens, the pawn structure is back, and I'm just not having it. And I'm going to get tough with these bots, and I'm not going to cave in. And if it goes to 60 moves or 80 moves, then so be it. All right, so I am down a pawn here, but let's keep this going because I'm putting all my stock in, doing something over here. And yeah, so let's, okay. This gets a little intense over here. But I want to show. Okay, so now I got to get my rook out of harm's way of this knight. And yeah, I saw that and I realized, the computer is at 2300 and, it made a mistake here, but it has to make mistakes. The computer has to make mistakes or a human would never win. And so it does the best job of making mistakes of what the programmer thinks a 2300 would make. Anyway, let's keep moving because, and this is what I was talking about, pushing this pawn. I've got, hi buddy, I've got rooks over here. I was putting all my stock into this. And here, I thought about promoting to a queen and then, you take, oops. Then you, sorry about that, then you take and do this little exchange. But I thought I would try this, hoping for this and then a queen. But it did not happen as such. And so we'll do it this way. All right, so now I've got some, hi, my dogs are wanting to know what's going on. Okay, so here, this is what I want to talk about. Okay, so here my opponent is offering an exchange, and I take the exchange, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm trying to, get this down to an easy end game for me, and my biggest challenge is going to be this mess of pawns right here. However, because my king is making fairly decent progress to the center of the board, I thought I'd go ahead and take the exchange. And so that's what I do. And it ends up being a fairly difficult end game. And I'm cutting the king off here, trying to. Okay, my king owns those squares. All right, so now I've put an absolute pin on that pawn. Okay, and so I can't get too far downrange here because this is going to be a problem for me, and I know that. So get that taken care of. Okay, so now we got my baby. My puppy dogs are wanting attention. Okay. So I want to protect this pawn because my opponent's king is on top of their pawn. And when you're trying to promote a pawn with a king, now before I was talking about a major piece, but now with the king, you want to get on top of your pawn. The problem is I'm below my pawn. My opponent is above their pawn. So I don't want to just blindly let my opponent take this pawn because then it's going to promote. So this is my thing that I have to deal with right here, right now. So, and I still have this absolute pin. So, all right. So I'm trying to make this easier and easier. Now, the king is cut off because I own the 4th rank. Okay, right here. So, king is cut off. Now it's time to go get and deal with this situation. All right. And so now I need to get my king on top of my pawn. Now I'm free to promote it. And I'll show you just good chess fundamentals. See how I own this. So that king is cut off. And so, here comes this. And now my opponent is going to try for a stalemate. And I know that because I've learned this lesson the hard way. I've had plenty of Saturday afternoons where I've invested 4 hours into a chess game and been in a situation just like this. And then, it ends in a stalemate. So, yeah, I'm trying to be very much aware of that. And so I'm just going to take the easy way out and just smother it, basically. So there it is. Yes, I know. So I hope that helps. Biggest takeaway from this video, the purpose of this video is not just for my personal documentation, but to maybe help others. I've lost plenty to a 2300, but if I can sit down on a Saturday afternoon, reserve 4 hours, that's when I do well. If I can play clean, 4 hours on the clock, I'll do well. I did surprise myself with this game. I normally don't play this well. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.